Welcome to the IronCast podcast. We are here, first time ever on site. We're doing the podcast episode on an actual job site because here at the IronCast, it is real people, real conversations, all things iron and everything in between. And this is the real deal here. And I actually brought some special friends with me here today that met me out here on the job site. First up is the Honorable Brady Yinks from GT&E. Welcome, Brady.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for being willing. Brady is a fabulous salesman, covering mostly Lancaster County.
Yes.
And so here he has his friend and my friend as well, Trevor Ellsworth with SLC Excavating. Oops, wrong button. There it is. Trevor is on the IronCast. Welcome,
No, thanks
Trevor.
for having me.
Yeah, thanks for allowing us to kind of commandeer the job site here. This is actually one of your jobs you're doing. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the job site that we're at here today, what we're working on here? And
Sure. So this one is one of our parks and playgrounds sites here. We've been doing a lot of sport courts, whether it's basketball, pickleball, tennis. We also do playground stuff. This one happens to be a basketball court and 2 pickleball courts. There was an existing basketball court here on site when we got here. We ended up taking down some trees to make room for another court. So we demoed the old basketball court. In its place will go the 2 pickleball courts. And then in a different area that was previously lawn will be the basketball. Aside from that, some small little improvements. There's some walking trails to get to each court as well as the existing pavilion. And then aside from that, there's a small amount of storm work with a new inlet and pipe run and a new drinking fountain. Aside from that, we're looking at things going pretty smoothly so far. Current state of the project is we've gotten in, done most, if not all, of our demo work. We have everything stripped down to subgrade and prepping to start bringing in stone tomorrow to fill the courts in and get those underway so we can get paving here.
excellent. How long have you been on this job?
So we started this job 2.5 weeks ago. First stage was putting up the ENS controls and then bringing in our land clearing guy. He had to remove, I think it was about 8 trees total.
Yeah.
So he came in, took those down. That took him about a week, and we had some foul weather during that time. So a little bit of a hold up there. And then really hit the ground running with our crew, with our men here last Monday. So we've been here working with our equipment and our men for about a week and a half now. And right now I've got 3 people over there. Job site is currently being run by my foreman, Joe Morris. And then I do have 2 operators here as well, Mike Rainier and Sarah Martin, helping out.
And they're awesome. What an awesome crew. Seems like they work really well together. What would you say is your general type of dirt work that you do?
So general type of dirt work, so we're a smaller excavation company. We handle small site work packages. We've been starting to grow a little bit. We've been really in working terms about 3 years into our business now. So as we keep growing, which has been exponential and quicker than I think we expected.
Oh yeah.
Starting to get some slightly larger projects underway. But about half our projects is site work, traditional excavation, buildings and such. And then the other half is public work, whether it's parks and playgrounds. That includes the sport courts and everything like that.
Yeah.
On the public work side, we actually are certified playground installers.
Excellent.
So we do the site prep for that job as well as install the physical playground itself. And then we'll put in all the basketball and pickleball nets and posts and such like that. And then really the rest of the project, as far as material goes, like blacktop and concrete, fences, that's all subcontracted out under us. But that's kind of about 50% of our work being on the public work and park and recreation side, and then about 50% is the larger, medium scale site work.
Nice. Some of the larger scale, what are some of the John Deere machines that you're running on those sites?
So currently our 2 largest excavators are 2 John Deere 160s.
Yep.
One is a G, one is a P. And then I do have a 655 loader and a 650 dozer. We have gotten into quite a few projects here in the past year and a half, where we've had to bring on larger iron. We actually just had rented a John Deere 750P dozer. That worked out very well at a job out in Chambersburg. And then we moved that to another site up closer to Carlisle. Again, fantastic machine. My main dozer operator, he was very happy to have it there.
Yeah.
And then we've done a few larger excavators on some projects as well, here and there. Really, it's all about the needs of the project. Usually it's specialty type instances where it's not going to be there for the longevity, but it's maybe too heavy of a structure or a deep pipe run or something. We need that type of machine that we don't have the capability of owning at the moment. So
Brady, just to have you chime in here, because
Yes,
I know
sir.
you deal with I know Kevin and Trevor and everybody there and Lake at SLC on the sales end. I mean, I deal with them on the product support end and making sure the stuff's doing what it's supposed to do. But Brady, on jobs where you see, I mean, and you've got a wide variety of different customers that you're helping out and with equipment needs, and specifically like what Trevor's talking about on job sites where and I like the way you put that out, like 50% is these kind of crews, correct, Trevor?
correct.
Yeah, and then there's larger jobs. Brady, what do we offer at GT&E as far as rental packages, and how do you navigate that with our customers specifically too? I mean, you've got some rentals out with SLC. We got one actually here on the job site, a 333P. How do you navigate that?
Really, it's specific to the job and the need on the job, and and this is generally speaking, but we'll talk specific to SLC. And they've been a great partner to deal with when they need equipment, whether it be sales or rental. And so, I mean, we offer just about anything construction-wise as far as equipment goes in our rental fleet, pending availability. But most times we can come through. Trevor knows, Kevin or Blake, if they call me, they call me with a need, and I use our resources within the company to find the machine that they need and get them set up so that they can get it out on the job and get their work done.
Nice. So out here on this job here, we have you probably heard it even in the background, which I kind of like that. I like that we're doing this on site. We've never done this before, so I have no clue how this is going to turn out. I feel bad for Rachel, who's going to have to edit this later, but she does a great job, and she's around taking pictures. We're kind of highlighting on this specific job the compact line. I'm a big fan of the John Deere compact equipment. I've been around a lot of it, and with the compact equipment, it's come a long way. Would you say so, Brady?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And it's equipment that can help you get smaller jobs done, tight spaces, and it's really become, for a lot of people, a starting point for entrepreneurs, owner-operators starting up, where they can start up with a couple of compact pieces of equipment to start their business and then grow from there as they see fit.
Awesome. So, Trevor, same question to you, specifically with the John Deere compact equipment. What is the biggest value that you've seen navigating 50%, but also I'm sure there's compact equipment on the larger jobs, and maybe talk a little bit about how that niche has helped you, and specifically to the John Deere equipment on the 50%, the job site that we're at here now, the playground that we're putting in, also with the larger jobs.
Sure. So when it comes to the public work, I'll start there with the parks and playground side of things. Compact equipment, I mean, most of the time, I'd say close to 80% of the projects we've done that are parks and playgrounds are in and already a existing park, oftentimes requiring tearing out some of the playground while keeping some of the features that's already there. So the ability to come in with a larger machine is just really not possible for a lot of those. There's a lot of active trees. I mean, right now we're sitting under a very healthy, mature tree. A lot of these parks don't want to lose those. So having to navigate and install new areas and excavate around all these obstacles really does require the smaller, more compact machines. Predominantly on those sites, you'll see the CTLs and the 35 excavators.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like here shortly, I've got a pipe run here. I'm going to need to probably bring an 85 excavator up here to run and do that, to be able to lift the structure. But that's really about as big as I usually put on the smaller parks and playgrounds. So they just require the compact side of things. But what makes it really nice is specifically with the John Deeres, they've come a long way and are very, very smooth and active. Even though it's compact size, they make things very efficient, and we're able to move things quickly, accurately. And most of my operators, actually all my operators, really do enjoy all the features, the comfort level that comes with a John Deere.
Right.
It just makes for a very, very good operating experience, and they actually enjoy, coming and running those machines. But yeah, when it comes to the compact side of things, it's a necessity, and having something that has good product support as well as the availability for rentals if I need to, just really puts the whole thing together for us.
Yeah.
When it goes to the larger sites, yeah, you're right, we do still have compact equipment there as well. Actually, I've got guys today down in Leola near Lancaster City. They have 2 skid loaders inside of a building stoning in the floor for a gym.
Nice.
So they had a small entryway. They actually had one of our 160s inside that building too. It was just wide enough to put the 160 through.
Just fit.
But the roof is up. It's inside of a about to be gymnasium. So we're prepping the concrete or the stone for the concrete floor to be poured next week. So we get a lot of, even our site work side, not public side, really gets into a lot of tight, small areas. That's kind of become our niche. We've done various things, and it's always a challenging figure how to fit that machine some places. And when most excavators look at us, they think even a 160 is pretty compact considering where I've put it before.
Yeah.
We've done projects where we've been inside of colleges. I've had mini excavators inside elevators, down in basements. So we're pretty open to try anything, and thankfully across the board, there's support for compact equipment to be able to do that and get the job done.
And speaking of compact, I mean, we also have the hum roller,
That's
which
correct.
is a part of the John Deere world as well. With getting on the Verkin group and the hum rollers and those small the tandem rollers, the smooth drums, easy equipment to get on a trailer, send with a small crew.
Mm-hmm.
Brady, I got a question for you here.
All right, I'm ready.
You've sold some other brands in the past, right?
I have.
Yeah. And for the last 3 years or so, you've been, other than wearing a Phillies shirt, which I don't know if people knew that, you're wearing a Phillies shirt today.
People know.
They
Yeah,
know.
people know. They see it.
They see it.
Mm-hmm.
What about those that are just listening?
Those that are listening.
Can they hear the Phillies shirt from here?
I don't think they can. They also
there's
can't.
no cheering.
No.
Nobody
there's
else
no-
is cheering.
Right, because we're not there. Like there's
Oh,
a
you have
ball
to be
field
there.
behind. Yeah, there's a ball,
It's a ball
field
field, but
behind
they're
us,
not
but
playing.
Right, it's not the Phillies.
Boy, we are digressing.
It's not the
here.
park.
Now I forget what I was going to ask you because of your shirt. But you have sold, some other brands in the past, and now for the last 3 years, selling the John Deere brand. Speaking of compact equipment here, and Trevor, this question's coming to you next, just so you're ready, because we're kind of going off the cup here, cusp, I guess they call that.
Off the cuff.
Off the cuff.
Off the cuff, it is. Yeah,
I have short
that's the saying.
That's okay. Off the cuff.
Yeah.
So we're going off the cuff here a little bit, just talking, and this is just a real conversation talking about equipment, which is what I love. And I got 2 awesome people here on a job site, which is something that we do every day, right? Talk
Absolutely.
about equipment out on job sites, in shops, stuff like that. So in the last 3 years of selling John Deere compact equipment, Brady, what's something really noticeable that was different, better, or that stood out? Let's just put it that way. What stood out about the John Deere compact equipment?
So what has stood out to me is, and I'll specifically talk about CTLs, is the power and quality, I would say, of the machine. So selling other brands in the past, and knowing them, not knowing as much about Deere at that time as a competitive machine, I would say I've been impressed. And I say that meaning, like, I haven't been personally impressed. Like, I'm personally impressed by the machine, but what I've been impressed by is its reception from operators and customers, business partners. As far as, again, the power and quality of the machine, there's a great cab in the on these P series CTLs as well, and then on the mini excavators on that line, really just the again, I'd say quality there, and just smoothness and reliability. Like, very few times do I get calls about those machines being unreliable.
Right. Same question to you, Trevor. What stands out the most? I mean, you guys have a decent amount of John Deere compact equipment, and it seems like that fleet's growing, and you're getting rentals and things like that. I know we talked to some operators here earlier, and they said some great things too. What stands out to you, though?
So yeah, I would say majority of my fleet is compact equipment. We have a total of 4 CTLs, 2 of which are John Deere, and then 3 John Deere 35s. Mm-hmm. They all do a fantastic job, but really comes down to also the support of the product from GT&E, how you guys stand behind it and have the availability when we do get in a pinch, or if we do have more jobs coming up where we need more of any variety. That you guys are there to help, get that, whether it be, a phone call to Brady and, he helps out getting more machines on site. We're getting a pinch where one of ours goes down or whatever. Sometimes we need to replace that with a machine while that gets repaired. Right. And you guys are usually right there ready to go. And that's been a huge benefit for us, and it's able to keep the work moving forward.
So product support, as far as keeping machines running, what have you noticed on the GTE side that seems to stand out as well, as far as, let's say preventive maintenance and proactiveness?
Sure. So when it comes to preventive maintenance, you guys have a very good, how should I say this? I get text messages and emails ahead of time when services are due. That system you have in place is very helpful for us, as well. I'm sure most of your customers, but
which is like our connected support.
Yes.
Yep. Tyler Schallenberger, who actually was on the IronCast a few episodes ago or so. Okay. Talking about that. So yeah, he's what we called the unsung hero, and it's just I'm sure he's like just just so thrilled to hear that that does play a big part in
that plays a big part in it. Also, just the ability for us to call. I've had other dealers where I've had to call for parts, and whether it's preventive maintenance or a fix after the fact, and the service and even the friendliness is not there with some of them. Some of them are decent, but you guys are usually very on top of things, so that's very helpful. And then you guys are always more than willing to work with us and either bring parts to us or make it easy and available for me to pick it up. So that's always convenient as well, and a huge benefit for what we do with you guys. And then overall, the service again behind it is just calling the service department is a friendly, good experience at the end of the day.
Awesome. Well, we appreciate that feedback.
Yeah, I love hearing that.
Yeah, it's good to hear that. Sometimes when we're in the trenches, Brady, it's good to hear that the hard work does pay off. So, Trevor, I'd really like to get to know you. What is your role at SLC, and how long have you been there?
Sure. So my role was general superintendent. SLC started be December of 22 officially. Yep. Really kind of got boots on the ground here springtime of 23. I've been there, I think, January 3rd of 23, so right from the beginning there. Yeah. initially we started with 3 guys in the field. It was myself and then an operator and a laborer. Now we have 27 guys in the field.
Wow.
28 including myself then. So we've definitely grown a lot in the past 3 years. Now some of those are, some are interns and some are help. We've done a lot with CTC kids and Penn Tech kids and college kids helping, they help us during the summer during our busy months. We get them work experience, job experience, and an introduction to the field. So that's been helpful. I'm not trying to get away from the first question though. But so yeah, that's how long I've been here. Previously, most of us, or I shouldn't say most now, some of us came from a previous excavation company that had shut down in December of 22. So that's kind of how SLC got started. Kind of came from a core group and then started bringing people on and growing from there. I got a lot of young talent, which is extremely helpful.
Yeah.
Before here, excavation-wise, I only worked at one other company. I was with them for about 5 years, 6 years. So I've got almost 10 years. I think one more year will be, 10 years. I'm at 9 years right now doing excavation. I kind of fell in love. I started when I was 25 and just came into the industry and started as a laborer and kind of worked my way up from there. And I've been given a lot of opportunities and a lot of support from a lot of key people, which has really helped me thrive as well as getting everything else done aside from that. So I kind of started, I shouldn't say later in the game, but I know a lot of people start construction and such when they get out of high school. Not so the case with me. I actually was talking to a friend of mine looking for a job. I was currently enrolled in Millersville at the time. Did 1 year at Millersville University, and he's like, hey, I did excavation for a little while. You might like it. So I sat down at the computer and I applied to every single excavation company in the county. And the previous company called me back and said, hey, we'd like to have you come in for an interview. And came in and was there till they shut down there in 22 and helped fund us or found SLC there. And we've been moving forward ever since.
So what, over the last 10 years, what stands out the most? What do you love the most about the construction industry?
What I love most about the construction industry is at the end of the day, you get to go home and you did something or helped do something that is going to be appreciated for a very long time, whether, help do the foundation for a building. I mean, more than likely that building's going to be standing for a while. You can drive past previous jobs and see what hard work you or the crew put into that and physically, tangibly see it and feel it, as well as knowing that you helped accomplish something. That's a big drive for me. I've done other jobs where at the end of the day, there's nothing to look back and stand behind and see something physically being done. So being able to put forth physical effort and accomplish things, sometimes it's challenging, sometimes stuff you don't always want to do, but once it's done, usually that's what kind of bonds a crew together, is getting through times like that and building that, and you develop great relationships. As I said, it's very hands-on, physical, so that's a huge plus. Being, I spend most of my days outside, and days like today are a great day to be outside.
Oh, this is awesome.
I would not be stuck in an office trying to look out the window and imagine what it's like outside.
I can't believe this is what I'm doing right now for a job. Sitting here under a shaded tree on a beautiful it's June. On a beautiful June day with some good friends and great people, and we're on a job site. There's equipment running in the background. And what I think is really cool, the three of us, this was not our original career.
No.
We were in somewhat similar, but we were all in different careers. Brady, what do you love most about the construction industry?
I love that so for me, every day is different. And I if I had to put my stamp on the one thing I love the most, it's actually the relationships that have formed, continue to form and strengthen throughout the industry. And that's with, co-workers, it's with, customers,
Thank you, Brady.
business partners, and because it is I view it as a partnership with the contractors that I deal with. SLC and others, because I feel like I'm part of it. Like what Trevor just said about, being able to drive by and see, things that you were a part of, right? And even though I'm not physically out there a part of any of these projects, like I do also, like I drive by some of those projects with a similar mindset. Like, I was a little bit part of it because I supplied equipment, for that project that was completed. Or, I have like I know the contractor that completed that project, and that's, kind of makes me feel a little bit a part of that. So yeah, I'd say the relationships and the fact that every day is a little bit different. And I get to help solve problems, really.
I would say the exact same, and it is great working with you.
Thank you.
And that's what I've learned coming into this industry. I think, Brady, you and I have been in it almost the same.
I think a similar amount of time. So I'm going on 13 years, I think.
Yeah.
It starts to get jumbled a little bit.
I'm at 13.
Mm-hmm.
And you're 10. I mean, we're all kind of in that same realm. But yeah, what I love most too is, just to say that, I didn't realize how important relationships are, in a business standpoint. It's like we're business partners. Would you say that, Trevor?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. You have to be business partners. We're helping each other's companies. We're helping each other out. And to provide, the levels of support that we need, not just for GT&E, but so you guys can support your customers as well. We got to keep this machine up and running, Brady.
Absolutely.
So let's talk a little bit about SLC here. We kind of got started a little bit, but let's dive in some more. You guys are really growing.
Yes, quickly.
And the other thing I noticed was there's a big presence out there in the social media fields as well. But it seems like you guys have a really good handle on, putting your name out there in a certain way as far as branding. And, I see your trucks, they look great. I see the equipment, it looks great. You keep it clean. Obviously today it's completely dry. There's dust everywhere. I'm kind of getting the allergy thing going on here with all this dust, but we're gonna tough through it. But tell me a little bit about your marketing end and getting your name out there.
Yeah. So as far as the marketing end, we do have in-house marketing that's been very beneficial and helpful, getting us going, getting us kind of recognized and seen to a degree. All of our trucks are very, very bright. Easily seen. I personally do like the graphics. It does look sharp, but you definitely notice us coming down the road. It's not just another typical, one paint scheme truck with a logo on the door. Yeah. It's a full wrap. It says it everywhere across the vehicle. So that definitely helps people recognize us. At first, it was kind of who's these guys just moving through with one or two pickup trucks. Now I think it's 7 or 8 trucks that have the full wrap plus 2 dump trucks. I think people have recognized now that who we are. We've built a lot of relationships with customers, with dealers, suppliers, and it's really come a long way as far as when I make a phone call, everyone's like, "Oh, what? And is it CLS or CSL?" Or they get the name wrong. Now they all recognize who we are, at least in our immediate area, which is kind of what we're focused on. So that's been helpful as far as the marketing goes. I know right now we're actually in the middle of working on a website, and we do occasionally post videos with our marketing personnel and such. Mm-hmm. So that's been helpful, getting our name out that way as well, as plus any support that anytime you guys come out and do anything like this in the past or any type of event and tag us in there, that also helps us get out there and see more photos and stuff of our job sites.
Yeah, and we appreciate you guys, as our customers, our business partners, and we were kind of out here highlighting the compact equipment. I think we always want to steer to the big equipment, Brady. What'd you say? It's like, oh, look at that big dozer. And that stuff is cool, but, the compact line is out there. The compact line, it seems like everybody and their brother seems to be selling that stuff these days. There's a lot of different manufacturers. There's a lot of different things happening. There's a lot of innovations coming. I mean, as far as attachments, geez, we could talk for hours on all the different attachments. We can't even probably name them all. And every day it seems like I'm getting some new requests. Like, oh, I saw this out there. I'm like, it makes my head spin. When it comes to finding and selecting attachments, I'm going to throw this. You guys can, just take this and run with it. Take the ball, send it down the field. How do you figure out what attachments you need? How do you know, when it's time to buy the attachment, rent the attachment? I mean, I'm sure a lot of people, this is probably like the biggest question when it comes to attachments. Would you say so?
It is a big question, and the biggest part of that, I think, is when you have at least some need for an attachment. And this is my experience working with my contractors. But when you have at least some need for an attachment, it's then figuring out, well, is this a one-time need? Do I need it just for one job? Does it make sense to rent it, or does it make sense to buy it? And I'm never the person to make those decisions, obviously.
Yeah.
But what I try to do there to be helpful is, in a lot of cases, if the answer to that is an unknown, I'll say, hey, if we have the attachment, rent it, start renting it. And then if you decide it's going to be something that you can use, longer term or more often, or it makes sense to buy it, then we'll convert it to a purchase down the road.
Nice. And Trevor, you're preparing for a job, like let's say this job here or any of the other ones, they're all kind of in that niche. How do you know what attachments to bring to a job, or what to rent, or what to buy?
So that's definitely always a challenging part from a job aspect. If it's not something we currently own and we're looking to rent an attachment, it's really got to start thinking about, is there something we currently have that we can, do that job, make it work and suffice? If, we kind of balance it out. Is it going to take longer if we use something we currently have, or do we rent something? And then, like Brady said, if we do rent something, we try to make it so that way we overlap with another job if there's a need to have that somewhere else for us to get the most use out of it as possible. So oftentimes we rent something for, a week, 2 weeks, or a month or something like that. It's probably going to see more than one job site just to be able to use it, not only from a use standpoint, but from a operator familiarity standpoint. It is kind of difficult when you get a new attachment that, as an operator, you've never used before. That first day or two might have a learning curve, and you got to figure it out. So that's sometimes a challenge, especially when it's going to be only a 1 or 2 day rental and something we don't use all the time. But being able to keep it longer and use it on more jobs gets more operators used to it, or 1 or 2 operators very proficient on it, so they feel more comfortable in the future. Next time we rent one, if we have to get a job done quickly, we've used it and we're familiar. So that's kind of how that works. Aside from that, it'll be a phone call to someone like Brady, and what do you have available, and this is the needs we have. Do you have an attachment that you would recommend or that you can get that would work? So there's there's attachments for everything these days. So it's kind of hard to just us to make the phone call always saying this is exactly what we want. Sometimes he might come back and say, well, have you tried this? And we might go a different route at the end of the day, depending on what feedback we get. And then we've been very fortunate. Every now and then we get the chance to demo something. You guys get something new in, want to put in your demo fleet, and get that out there as well, and have your contractors try it. So we've done stuff like that where we've tried things, and that's a great learning experience to be able to demo a piece of equipment or a attachment and see what it's all about.
Speaking of demos, I hear that we have some demo days coming up. What do you got there, Brady?
We do have demo days coming up. So some of you may or may not know, but there is a new excavator coming out from John Deere, and it is an all John Deere excavator.
That's built plate up in the United States. Right?
Plate up, yep, built plate up in the United States. And so we're all excited for that. And with that, once we get our first couple excavators in of the new series, then we are going to, we already have a date set. I believe it is August 27th
Rachel, is that right?
Is that right? Well,
There's three
so
dates, but
there is 3
specifically,
dates. I'm
yeah.
sorry. So I'm thinking of the date in Central PA, which is where I reside
Yeah,
and
but-
cover. So anyway,
Yeah.
there are other dates in other regions, but in any event, yeah. So we're going to highlight the excavators at those events. We will have other equipment at those events as well. I believe a dozer and
Yeah, there's a roller.
roller.
Yep. We'll have a roller, a
and-
dozer,
yeah.
and the excavators.
Yeah. So, but we're excited about that event. I'm hoping a lot of people come to see it, get the chance to get in the seat and operate a little bit. I have a number of people who attended Con Expo earlier this year, and so those excavators were on display there, but you couldn't get in and dig with them. So
not
in the asphalt
that's not the
out
place
there.
to do
No,
that.
that's not.
You probably get in trouble.
Yeah, most likely.
Little bit.
Yeah, but yeah. So there's a demo days. Excited about it.
And you did invite Trevor and Kevin.
I did. Yeah. They
Blake.
are they RSVP'd.
They RSVP'd,
they
so
are
we'll see you at
planning
demo days.
to be there.
And the IronCast will be there as well. So we'll have to get you back on, Trevor. Get yourself in the seat of one of those things, and
Yeah, looking forward to it.
yeah, that's gonna be a fun day. So there is 3 different venues going on for those demo days. Just because we're across Pennsylvania here. We have the Eastern, Central, and Western Pennsylvania demo days coming up. I think the best thing to do there is just if people are on this listening, just to contact your sales rep, and if you haven't heard about it yet, and he or she will get you a flyer
Absolutely.
to RSVP. There's a QR code on there.
Website also.
Yeah, and obviously you can just jump on the website, but probably good to talk to the sales rep, wouldn't
It's
it?
always a good excuse to
Give
your sales rep a call.
Like, why didn't you
Yeah.
give me the flyer?
Exactly.
But you're on it. You already
Do a little. Yep. Yep.
got Western Pennsylvania is going to be held on Thursday, August 20th, and that's going to be at Camel Construction Site, which is in Pittsburgh there. And the one here that you mentioned, Brady, which would be the Central, that's going to be held on Thursday, August 27th. That's actually on the Warhay property. Beautiful site there. I know the Warhay guys, and got a nice farm there, so we can just go rip that thing up and see what these things got. But that's on August 27th, and they're in Mannheim, so it's a nice central location in in our backyard there.
Yes.
And the one we're actually located, we're more on the eastern side here today on this job site. But the eastern one, that's going to be held Thursday, September 3rd.
Okay.
And that's going to be held at Sparks in Industries. It's their Warwick facility in Jameson.
All
Which I
right.
have no clue where that is.
I don't know either. No.
I got a free phone out of it.
That's perfect.
So yeah, those are the demo days, and that's exciting. Because you were mentioning, when something new comes out to put it on a demo. Apart from the new excavator, everybody wants to see what the new excavator. The John Deere built only excavator that's built plate up in the United States, America. Other than that, what would you love to demo?
So one thing that's attachment wise that we've been looking into, and forgive me, you may, Brady, have more insight than I have on this one, is the rotary heads we were talking about, the drum cutters.
Drum cutters. Yep.
So I'm not sure where Kevin, my president, where him and Brady fell in that discussion after we went to Con Expo and saw them out there. We're looking at specifically, I think Epi Rock is what that was.
Yep. Epi Rock drum cutter.
So looking at that, and as I said, we'll see what comes of that as far as possibly getting a demo in. So that's one thing we're interested in looking at. As far as demos goes, we actually just recently demoed a 333 with grade control on one of our sites. That was back in the wintertime.
Oh, the smart grade.
Yeah, smart
Yeah,
grade.
Smart
smart
grade,
grade.
nice.
Smart grade. Yep.
Yep. So that was really convenient. And we had our 650 dozer there with smart grade as well on it.
Yep.
So it was nice to see how the 333 was, what it was capable of next to a mid-sized smaller dozer on a smaller site. So again, we'd be looking at that as a GPS or smart grade capable adaptation to our parks and playgrounds where I'm not putting the big machines on.
Right.
So that's kind of where we're looking at going that way. And then moving forward as far as what you guys have to offer and such from Groff Tractor, looking at possibly getting into a demo or a rental of a LN160 to figure out if that is a good, suitable survey type piece of equipment or grade control as well
Right.
for our small projects.
Right.
As I said before, you have a lot of trees and buildings around that are existing you got to work around where GPS might not suffice.
Yep.
It's also a little bit smaller site to work on, and when we lay out all the playground posts and everything, average playground might have 50 to 60 different pins for all the posts. So looking at a few things we have come across a need for on our end, as well as a couple new ones that we saw when we were out in Con Expo here a few months ago. Brady was there as well, so that was really neat to see some of the things you guys have to offer out there that we haven't seen in our market in Pennsylvania here, or as well as that you guys don't have in your rental fleet yet. So I know we work in different avenues there, but that's kind of what I'm looking forward to coming across here in the next few months.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to that too.
Likewise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I noticed we were talking about attachments. Ever since, you know, I got in this industry and been around John Deere and all these attachments, I actually I got to stop having to go to therapy since then
Tell me why, Jason.
because I no longer have any attachment issues. That was more fitting.
You got to smile at least.
Dad jokes, you just
Grin and bear it.
grin and bear it. I said I'm only going to do one. Like, I'm limited to one. I got so many.
I know you do.
I
Yeah.
got so many.
You can tell me off air.
Yeah. So Trevor, why don't you tell me? You know, we want to get to know you a little bit here. What really turns your crank? Like, what outside of the job site, outside of work and stuff like that? What turns your crank?
Sure. So we discussed a little before the podcast here started, but I do got 3 kids. One's about to start high school and one's about to start kindergarten and one's in the middle here. So they keep me pretty active as far as getting to all their events and sports and dance and everything like that they have going on.
You're into dancing?
Yeah, my kids, my
your kids.
my daughters are. I've got 2
Okay.
daughters
I thought
and
you
a
were into
son.
dancing.
No, I'm not into dancing. Actually, my oldest daughter does competitive German dancing, and
Wow.
she was a year ago.
I knew this.
Yeah,
I didn't.
a year ago during a major competition, she was one place away from earning a spot to go over to compete into Germany. So
Wow.
she does very well with that. She was the youngest one, or one of the youngest ones in her age bracket at that time. So looking forward to seeing her move through that, and
Oh, yeah.
hopefully next year she gets it.
Mm-hmm.
She works hard for it. But yeah, so the kids definitely keep me busy. Aside from that, I've got a few different hobbies. I'm always moving and doing stuff at home. Just did a bunch of yard renovations, poured a patio last weekend. I do enjoy motorcycling and
Oh yeah.
disc golf, a few outdoor type activities. I do hunt when it comes to whitetail season and such, but a lot of it's just kind of what the family's doing. And
You're totally a family guy.
correct.
Nice. I like it. And so is Brady.
Yeah, I have 3 kids also, and yeah, I don't know what. Yeah, I don't have much spare time outside of that.
Yeah.
So
It's a good thing though.
it is good.
Do they also like the Phillies?
They also do like the Phillies. Yeah,
That's how you're raising your kids.
that's
I
right.
see how
Yeah, I'm
this-
raising them right.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, Trevor, thank you so much for being on the IronCast, and honestly for being the guinea pig to doing this first ever on the job site IronCast recording, which it's turned out successful. I think it's kind of neat. But I feel right at home. I feel as much of a home here as I do in the IronCast studio. This is pretty cool being on a job site, and thank you, Trevor, for just your willingness to allow us to kind of commandeer the job site and highlight the the compact equipment today. That's doing some awesome work out there that I see. I mean, these guys have really, and gal has really made some quick work here just in the time that we were recording. pushing some mountains out there with the compact equipment.
Yeah, they are. It's up to the task.
Yeah. Now, in the parking lot, do you have to park them in the compact spot?
Yeah. I'm not sure the 333 fits.
That thing is a beast. But thank you also. You know, we love having SLC as a business partner. We love, working with you guys and supporting you guys, and, just having that relationship and, the openness to, allow us to showcase some awesome things that Deere's doing, that we're doing, that you're doing. I think this is such a cool thing to do. So thanks again, Trevor.
Yeah, no, thanks for having me. No, I definitely enjoyed this time. No problem being the guinea pig, and thankfully I got to set the bar and not have anybody, not try to achieve a bar. So anybody else can be willing to jump over this from now on.
Sky's the limit now.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. So
yep.
Perfect.
No, it doesn't matter where that falls. But no, thanks again for you guys for having your continued support when, having rental needs or equipment repairs or even purchases, anything you guys do to provide us with support. And, you guys treat any one of my guys that calls in with respect, not just yourselves, but all of GT&E's team and everything. Mm-hmm. Everyone's responsive and very easygoing. When you talk to them, it's just a nice conversation. And then pretty quickly we get what we need and get an answer, and we keep moving forward and keep the wheels going.
Awesome. And thank you, Brady, for your willingness.
My pleasure. Yeah. No, this was a good idea.
It literally was an idea yesterday to have you here, so I appreciate that. Just jumping in, and it's like nothing. No,
pivot.
You're natural. You're
Pivot.
just you're a natural.
Whatever's needed.
Whatever's needed.
Yeah.
Brady on the spot.
Yeah. With that, hold on. So I have a name of this segment, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah. Anyway,
okay.
IronCast is on the job.
IronCast is on the job.
Yeah. No?
Oh, wrong. Sorry. That's the one. I keep hitting the wrong one today. IronCast is on the job. We're getting things done.
Yeah.
And with that, the IronCast is out.